So for those of you who don't know, Society for the Environment, we register chartered environmentalists, so we see people when they've left you, probably 4 or 5 years into their career and beyond. So I wanted to try and give you a perspective from how we see it. So the first trend is about the expectations of young people coming through, and I say this as an employer, as well as the kind of professional registration element. So I think young people coming through certainly have a different expectation of us as an employer, of the workplace, of what they believe they're entitled to or not entitled to, how they want to work, the ways they want to work, the things they want to work on, and particularly absolutely reflect the insight that we saw from the first speaker on the NUS about the kind of organisation they want to work for. This often comes up when we interview people. They're really interested in the culture, our sustainability policy, and things like that. So there's a real change, I think, in expectations as well. So, and then how do we engage with people off the back of that? The second one for me is about understanding the integrity of news and data. So we can all go online and look up news, and whether we then talk of fake news or post-truth or alternative news, how do people know what's real and what isn't real, what's fake? Is it just a different perspective? But really helping people to really understand what data has integrity and what doesn't have integrity, I think is a really important challenge for us all going forward as well. My third mega trend is about community engagements. So whether this is with the local community, whether this is with the university community, broader partnerships, international partnerships, and there's a real importance for that community engagement and people collectively working together. And we see a really big drive around this, whether that is from an economic perspective, societal, or an environmental perspective as well. So really broad community engagement we see as a big trend, and often a big pinch point as well. Our offices in the university town, we see lots and lots of building going up around us for student accommodation. How does that actually have an impact on the local community? And there's lots and lots of environmental and sustainable questions around that as well. I think that's a really important issue for us all. And the fourth one, which I couldn't leave without talking about, of course, is the environmental issues as well. And I'll bring this back to my second point on the integrity of news and data. So it's very easy to see the latest environmental trend online and for people to jump on it and think, well, I must stop using single-use plastics because there's been a great campaign over this, or I must stop doing something else. But how do we make sure people are really educated that the choices they're making are actually the right thing for the environment, rather than following the latest trend to just eat plant-based or something else, when they're actually not really educated in the decisions that they're making? So how do we really make sure that people understand the impact they have on the environment from a kind of an educated perspective rather than the latest media trend? So that's my four.